actually become harmful if it's done the wrong way. It sounds surprising, doesn't it? I mean, it's just water. But the truth is, as we get older, our bodies don't respond the same way they used to. What worked in your 30s or 40s doesn't always feel good in your 60s, 70s, or beyond. That's not because you're doing anything wrong. It's because your body needs a little more care, a little more awareness. You got a lifetime of experiences behind you. Your heart, your kidneys, your digestion, they've been through a lot. So when you wake up in the morning, your body is in a delicate state. Hormones are shifting. Blood pressure is adjusting. Your stomach and muscles are still waking up. And if we don't handle that moment gently, even something as simple as water can backfire. In this video, we're going to walk through 5 common mistakes that people often make when drinking water first thing in the morning. Most folks don't even realize they're making them. And by the end of this video, you'll not only know what to avoid, but you'll also feel more confident about how to take care of your body in those first few minutes of the day. Now, before we dive in, I'd love to know, where are you tuning in from? Comment below and share your city. I always enjoy hearing from you. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more tips like these. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming up next. Mistake number 1, drinking ice cold water on an empty stomach. Let me ask you this. Have you ever taken a big gulp of cold water in the morning and suddenly felt your stomach twist a little? Or maybe a chill down your chest? Some folks even feel lightheaded or get a headache shortly after. And most of the time they just shrug it off or think it's something else. But here's the truth. Drinking ice cold water first thing in the morning, especially on an empty stomach, can be a shock your body isn't prepared for. You see, when we sleep, our bodies enter our relaxed healing state. Our organs slow down, our digestion goes quiet, and our blood vessels become slightly constricted. Then morning comes, and instead of easing into the day, we throw down a glass of freezing cold water. That's like hitting the brakes while the engine is still warming up. It causes your stomach muscles to tighten, your blood vessels to narrow even more, and your system to go on high alert. And when you're older, your body doesn't bounce back as quickly from that kind of stress. Now, back when you were younger, cold water might have felt refreshing, maybe even energizing. But as we age, our metabolism slows down, our circulation gets more sensitive, and our internal thermostat just doesn't handle extremes the same way. So cold. Water can actually end up making you feel worse instead of better. Not because water is bad, but because the temperature is just too harsh for your system at that time of day. Let me tell you about someone named Eleanor. She's 76, sharp as a tack, and used to love at her morning glass of cold water right out of the fridge. She said it helped clear her throat and wake her up, but then she started noticing that her hands would feel cold, her stomach would cramp up a little, and her digestion just felt slow all morning. It wasn't until her doctor suggested switching to room temperature water that things changed. Within a week, her mornings felt calmer, smoother, and her stomach didn't feel like it was tying itself in knots anymore. That small change, just letting the water sit out a bit or using lukewarm water, made all the difference. And it's a great reminder that what used to work for us doesn't always keep working forever. Our bodies deserve a little more gentleness now. They've been carrying us for decades. The least we can do is offer them water that doesn't feel like a slap in the face first thing in the morning. So if you've been waking up and reaching for that ice cold glass, maybe give room temperature water a try. See how your body feels after a few days. You might be surprised how much better your mornings start to feel. Mistake number 2, drinking water too fast or in big gulps. Now I know how tempting it is to wake up, grab that glass, and just chug it down. You're thirsty. Maybe your mouth feels dry and it feels good to get it over with. But here's the thing, drinking water too fast, especially in those first few minutes after waking up, can throw your body off balance. And most people don't even realize it's happening. See, when we first wake up, our body is still transitioning. Your heart rate is gently rising. Your blood pressure is adjusting. Your stomach lining hasn't quite woken up yet. Everything is just beginning to find its rhythm again after a long night of rest. And then bam, we dump a full glass of water down in one go. That sudden flood can actually cause your stomach to expand quickly, trigger bloating, or even make you feel nauseous or dizzy. Some people even feel a weird flutter in their chest and they don't understand why. But the real issue isn't the water itself. It's how fast we're drinking it. When we gulp too quickly, the body doesn't get a chance to process what's coming in. The kidneys kick into high gear trying to deal with the sudden fluid intake. Your electrolyte balance shifts fast. And for older adults, whose systems are more sensitive, this can create a ripple effect that makes you feel off for hours. Let me share a quick story. Walter, he's 72, a retired coach, told me he used to wake up and drink a full bottle of water before his feet even hit the floor. He thought he was being disciplined and healthy, but some mornings he'd feel strangely dizzy. Not all the time, but often. Enough that it bothered him. After explaining this to his doctor, they figured it out. It was the speed and the amount. He wasn't giving his body time to adjust. So he changed one simple thing. He started sipping his water slowly over 15 to 20 minutes. No more rushing, no more guzzling, and just like that, the dizziness disappeared. His mornings felt easier. His energy stayed more steady. No big medication. Changes, no fancy solutions, just a more mindful approach to drinking water. So here's something to think about. The body doesn't want to flood first thing in the morning. It wants agenal stream. Take your time, sit up, breathe, sip. Let your body receive the water instead of being overwhelmed by it. It's not a race, it's a moment of care. If you've been chugging your water, to get it out of the way, maybe slow it down tomorrow and see how you feel. Sometimes the smallest shift makes the biggest difference. Mistake number 3, drinking from plastic bottles left out overnight. Now, this one might come as a surprise, especially if you're someone who likes to keep a water bottle by your bedside. I know a lot of folks do it. It's easy, it's within reach, and it just seems like a good habit. But here's the part most people don't realize. Drinking from plastic bottles that have been sitting out overnight, especially in a warm room, can expose you to chemicals you don't want in your body, even though it looks like plain water. That bottle might be leaching substance into the water while it sits. One of the big concerns is something called BPA, which is often found in older or lower quality plastics. And even if the bottle says BPA free, there are other similar chemicals in the plastic that can act in the same way once heat and time get involved. These chemicals are known as endocrine disruptors. That means they can mimic or interfere with your natural hormones. And as we age, our hormonal balance is already a little more fragile. Maybe you're taking something for your thyroid or managing blood pressure or dealing with blood sugar levels. When foreign chemicals enter your system, even in small amounts, they can make things harder for your body to regulate. You might not notice anything right away, but over time, people report feeling more tired, moody, bloated, or just off, and they can't figure out why. Let me tell you about Stanley. He's 78, and he's always been good about drinking water. He'd fill up a plastic bottle from the tap, leave it by the bed, and sip it every morning. Seemed like a healthy routine, right? But after a few months, he started having more headaches. His digestion felt strange, and he was tired even after a full night's sleep. Nothing in his diet had changed. His doctor didn't find anything alarming. But after talking to a nutritionist, they pinpointed the issue, his plastic bottle. It was being refilled, reused, and sitting near a warm lamp overnight. He made the switch to a glass bottle and started pouring fresh water each morning instead of roosing. Old bottles. And guess what? Within a few weeks, his headaches eased, his energy improved, and he felt like himself again. Now, look, nobody's saying a single sip of water from a plastic bottle is going to ruin your health. But if you're doing it every day over weeks or months, it adds up. Your liver, your kidneys, your hormones, they all have to work harder to process these things. And for older adults, that extra work matters. So, if you've got a plastic bottle sitting on your nightstand right now, maybe it's time for a little upgrade. Go for glass or stainless steel and try to refill it fresh each morning. It's a simple habit change, but it might just give your body a little more peace. Mistake number 4, drinking water on a very full or very empty stomach after certain medications. All right, so let's think about your morning for a minute. You wake up, maybe take your meds, and follow it with a glass of water. Sounds like the right thing to do, doesn't it? After all, your doctor probably told you to take your pills with water. But what's often not explained clearly is how much water, when to drink it, and whether or not food should come into the picture. That small detail, it can make a big difference. Here's what happens. Drinking too much water too quickly on a completely empty stomach right after taking medication can cause a wave of nausea, bloating, or even heartburn. It can irritate your stomach lining or mess with how your body absorbs the medication. And on the flip side, if you've just eaten a large